Hey, this is Pendulum TV. Press on the red button to subscribe, hit on the bell icon to get notifications, like, comment, and share this video. Thank you.
The studio so we can say more. Yes, you listen to Angel Town.
Yes.
Is there a problem still or?
No, there's no problem. Luckily, I was part of the few to watch I think a 1 minute video of, with Kobiche and others, to watch the 1 minute documentary. Just a bit of it from the feature one.
Okay.
Yes, SAC wasn't inclusive. That's very true. As in, we didn't see it. But that doesn't mean that the full length one, he won't be there, or he probably.
Oh no! Now it has been confirmed to us, so there's no.
Well,
the thing is.
I mean, from what the discussions that day, it didn't seem like it was only Sarkodie who didn't take part in the documentary, the shooting of the documentary.
And it shouldn't also be everybody, but some people.
Yes, and that is exactly how.
If Shatawale is not in this documentary, no news.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying, and that's exactly what even Obrafour said. He doesn't expect everyone to be part, but there were people he invited, and majority of them couldn't turn up. That was what he said. So the few that turned up were those that were piled up for the documentary. That was what.
Who did you see?
So far, I saw Reggie Rackstone, I saw Ashes, I saw Yvonne Nelson, I saw, was it Manifest? Yes, I saw Manifest. Abraham
Ahimijan.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh yeah, and then so far the artists, it was only Reggie Rackstone and then Manifest. I think I saw.
Okay.
KOD, yes,
okay.
KOD was there. So far these are the people I saw. When the discussion started, you would feel it that Obrafour was not happy that some people he invited
featured in there.
Yes, but I personally asked him how did he feel when he invited them and they didn't come. He said he understood it because it's life. Some people will definitely disappoint and others will try to also make it for you. That was the explanation of what
some people will disappoint.
Yes, that's what he said.
So he feels people like Sarkodie and Ochame Kwame.
He wasn't specific. And away from that, with whatever he was saying, Sarkodie wasn't even in the picture. Probably me. That's where I stand. I didn't see Sarkodie in the picture because as we were discussing, another issue came up where they mentioned Ochame Kwame. I think Zion was the one who mentioned. Zion asked, "How about Ochame Kwame?" And these are two people, you should be able.
They stand for rap.
Yes.
So if they are celebrating rap, they should be included.
Yes. Guru should also be inclusive.
Guru was also not in the documentary.
I didn't see him. You understand?
Guru and Kasa, I saw Obrafour no, as a baby suspicion. She was saying, "Namo."
Really.
Last time I buy a clock, can't send bisa. Or can send bisa someone for a suspect on Obrafour, Devin. Something funny like that.
You get it. So it's not only SAC. I think from at this point where I spoke to him after the whole thing, a lot of people, that many people will be expecting, disappointed.
Okay, so you were there.
Yes.
Does it mean that they shot the documentary at just one location?
Yes. Now let me come to that.
That one too was wrong.
The location.
People are too busy these days. So.
Yes. So they mentioned MI Promo as the location or the studio where they used near to Press Place.
Okay.
So
on the day MI Promo's office, that was where they shot the documentary.
That was where they.
So whoever was to be part of the documentary should have
to come there. You have to come there because of the studio.
That is Jolo.
And Brasame, I understand them. Moving a whole studio to a location to another location is quite costly.
No. You don't have to move any studio to any location. It is a documentary. If you have to record Sarkodie in his bedroom and he feels he's okay, go and record him there.
Well,
what
you'll be under the plans. You see, this one, but for me, I feel that it's not only Sarkodie, and so it shouldn't be quelled only on Sarkodie because according.
Wait. It's not as if someone is eyeing Sarkodie. If we are talking about Obrafour and rap, and there is someone to call to be behind Obrafour, even if we close our eyes, the only name we can point is Sarkodie.
Yes, which I was also telling Massive that I expected more from Sark. I expect more from Sark, especially with the Paimoka concert and stuff. That is very true. But this is a documentary. Timelines have been put out. This and this, he wasn't able. So reschedule, give him more time. You know, Nipa, you know, to also come out and say. But all the same, no. I don't see the fault. It's timing. We all disappoint one way or the other. Whatever amendments that have to be put in place to make things possible should be put in place. But what I'll have to say is the concert should come on. I would expect to see Sarkodie on the stage, which I won't be surprised, but I would expect Sarkodie should actually pick from here with all these issues. He should be able to pick the Paimoka concert or whatever activities that comes with the Paimoka concert and pick it up to himself, because I am expecting much from him, because this is Sarkodie, this is Obrafour, and we know Obrafour is a godfather of Sarkodie, and I feel that Sarkodie should even take this whole Paimoka thing as his own. Yes, and push it harder for people to come. That's what I think.
Well, I'm also praying that the date doesn't clash with what he also wants to do in Tema. Because if the date clashes and he also has to grant interviews for his concert, I'm not sure we can blame him, because as a matter of fact, we are still in the space competing each other. Obrafour is still competing with Sarkodie. That is, if he's not retired and he's still rapping, they are competing. So I'm not sure Sarkodie can give all his everything to support someone's project and leave his to die. Let's do more on Twitter. I want to read more from you after getting the explanation from Sarkodie's manager, that is Angel Town. Do you still think there should be an issue, and the explanation does even sit well with you? Let's get that more. Kobiche, let me come to you. Yes, boss.
Yes, so it is very sad, I mean, for us to find ourselves in this situation where people are, I mean, trying to point fingers at us and Sarkodie or Chanukwame. I understand, I mean, like you said, they are huge figures when it comes to the rap fraternity, and so, I mean, there's no cause of alarm. Now, I was part of the team that Obrafour invited. And so it was a general statement that he put across. Said
he invited you guys to where?
To Crate Lounge.
Okay.
Yes, I mean
they invited the media to go see the documentary.
The documentary.
Oh, yes. I never heard.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So Zion asked, I think it was Pep Jr. or Zion who asked that Pep that, I mean, we've watched this documentary and I mean there's no Sarkodie factor in it or Chanukwame. And they said that they invited them. So Obrafour specifically didn't mention Sarkodie. He just had to say generally he sent the message across, he sent the invite across, but nobody or these people that the journalists are asking didn't come. And then again, I was also with Angel when the calls were coming, because we went for IS and we were coming. So I was right
when the calls were coming for
yes,
you to record.
Yes. I was with Angel that day in his car when Eddie was calling, and so they went back and forth. Angel tried very hard to make that documentary possible, but I don't know, I mean, what happened. The game, I think Sark was going to change. They called back that time Nasuntin on to me, called back several calls, like Angel was saying, several back-to-back calls, but I mean, to no avail. So I think that we don't have to blame Sarkodie that much for this. They tried. But in going forward, I think that, I mean, like Jibril said, there's more activities ahead. So they are recording the documentary in just one studio. You see, and even Sark said that.
Who are the producers for the documentary?
I don't know. Sark also fear until they can come.
But I saw these same people in Kwao. They went to Kwao to record the chiefs and the traditional authorities in Kwao.
So I don't. Yes. Exactly.
So why is it difficult for them to move to Lashibi?
And you know these artists
if they could drive to Kwao and spend days.
These artists are even busy. They are more busy.
No, wait. They went to Kwao to record the chiefs and people of Kwao for the documentary.
Exactly.
Spent days in a hotel and all that. But they couldn't drive to Lashibi to go record Sarkodie. What are we talking about?
That's quite unfortunate.
Please, those who are blaming Sarkodie, let him see.
It's just quite unfortunate. So for me, I just think that, I mean, like I just said, Sark had always been there for Obrafour from day one.
No, Sark can't do that to Obrafour.
No,
that is why it is becoming a story, because Sarkodie ignoring Obrafour's documentary.
Sarkodie called Angel back to back. Are they coming? They didn't show up. You understand? So I mean, in this case, I don't know why they should really even take this as a big deal. But like I said, in going forward, there's a lot of activities in the pipeline. Pamoka concert has got a lot of tour activities. I mean, Sarkodie is also going to play his role.
That's what I'm saying. I'm praying that it doesn't happen on some days that he has also put down to do some things.
Yes.
If it happens, no one should blame him.
And so we've seen a lot of...
They are competing,
documentaries. You can move to his studio, his house, his compound. A lot of documentaries.
Who produced the documentary?
I don't know.
And the Osha, Obi Okasebi to the
same studio.
The open me, I put the antique. My friend, the bush, and maybe I can in a number so one of her brain. Now I see and I will sit down.
Thank you, Kobe Che. He is also a music blogger following all these activities. You can join us on Twitter. What do you think about what is happening? Sarkodie or Brafo and the matters arising. Let's have your opinion on Twitter. The hashtag is still Showbiz Agenda, trending at number 3 in Ghana. You can also give me a mention as Samiflex. Let's review this. Yes, Lady Rev.
Yeah.
I also had an issue with Angel when he said since the statement came out, they've not reached out to Obrafo.
Of course.
I thought.
And that's the point where I'll first say that they've just disrespected the old man. Look, I tell you what. I will be honest. I said this to Kobe Che behind this. I'm going to say this. If we had to put IS and Obrafo's documentary, Sarkodie should choose Obrafo's documentary above IS. You know why?
Sarkodie, wait. Sarkodie should choose Obrafo's documentary above IS.
Yes.
Remember, there might be money in one, and one is just for friendship.
One is not for friendship.
It is for friendship.
One is for loyalty. One is for appreciation. One is for a man who could sit, and it was at a point. I mean, we've been in this game for long. At a point, I had an issue with Obrafo singling Sarkodie out when you asked him who is your best rapper. It was quite heartbreaking for people who also looked up to Obrafo.
And I think Mr. Logic is one of such people. When giving Mr. Logic chance to speak on this,
are you okay?
You go
because what are you? Yes, the boy is good. The boy says he looks up to you, but there were other people who were also looking up to Obrafo. Obrafo did Sarkodie as if it was his own. That money cannot buy. Look, without that, IS will not see you today and think that you are worth their platform.
That is also a valid
don't
point.
Wake up and tell me that at the end of it, Obrafo was the last person I spoke to, and I was surprised. You want Obrafo to send his crew to shoot you, Sarkodie? Hello?
Oh.
That's your father. Well, I'm going to take it from the point of ministry. When we say someone is your father, if my godfather calls or my spiritual father calls right now, I'm done with the show. I would disappear there. The grace you honor, that is what you receive. And where your father ends is where you start. So when you have somebody who had your back regardless from the beginning, had his voice on your stuff and supported you to this, where you are, King Sack. This is a special thing. It is his 20 years. He will be emotional about it if you don't show up. And remember, the more they get older, they become like kids again. We all have fathers, when they get older, they expect that the same level of attention they gave you when you were young. If you don't do that, they feel, they understand. And the writer coming from Obrafo said, they could be busy with work. He understands you'll be busy with work, but he wanted you to know that this is something
more important.
20 is a number. 2 decades, it's something. It meant something to him. And he's so much proud to associate with. If nobody comes and only Sarkodie shows up for Obrafo, I believe it will make the man happy.
That one is true.
So, why are we writing off the disrespect?
But can we also argue with the production team a little bit? For instance, you are recording a documentary for Obrafo's 20 years. I personally saw a team from Obrafo. They went all the way to Ko to record the chiefs and the traditional authorities there. They are not music related. Maybe that's where it comes from. Fair enough. But if you're in Accra and you know very well, that these people might be busy going up and down, they could have even met Sarkodie at the National Theatre. Right after that, sit in a car. Documentary can be recorded from any corner. It's about what is being said, the sense, the substance.
Sammy, this is your dad. First off, they went to Kwawu not to go and not going to video musicians. I would have just said, okay, so what's that? They went to shoot chiefs. You and I know how this our leaders, our chiefs, take moving them alone. Krano, it's even 3 times expensive you going there. Because if you are moving a chief from Kwawu, you can just understand. That was just respect given to the stool, to the culture, to any other thing. This gentleman is your godfather. Not just godfather by mouth. Godfather who has proved beyond any other thing that he loved you. And if he says that, let's all shoot at one place. You could be busy. Are you so busy for your dad? That's the point. This is what he wants. Do you understand? He won't have 20 years again. Remember, you will also be 20 years someday. You would want your kids or people you mentored to actually give you that thing that gives you some level of satisfaction. I'm seeing Obrafo as a father. If you were my father, if he says that I should shoot the documentary sitting on a bench, that is what he wants. Do it for him. It won't make you less a person. He's fine. He's okay. It's gone. Until the man is still in there, you never know which kind of last blessing he's going to give you.
All right, thank you so much, Lady Rev. And let me read your tweets at Xylophone1021. And again, remember the hashtag Showbiz Agenda. Bryce Imi,
yes,
Rapi up in Yannick Cherry on Komodi. It's the same.
Documentary. You know, even though it's staged, you make it look unstaged as much as possible. So if I were the one behind production, I would adopt going to meet the people in their various spaces. I think that's when it seems natural. That's
it
when
gives it a feel. The look will even be good.
That's how come you have people flying all the way from outside to come and record subjects here if they feel it's very important. They let you be in your space. They travel all the way from wherever they are. If it's Germany, UK, US, come down. Come and record you in your space for 2 or 3 minutes and take the file back, or they let you record and send. Now it's going to be very difficult if you want all these people to gather at one place to record for you, especially when you have a studio which is not yours, where they can come in at any time. They have some flexibility in their arrangements. So you have a studio which is allowing you up until 12. Maybe Sir could tell you I'll be available, and then before 12 he gets a call, he has to be somewhere, he has to be this, he has to be that. So you make it as flexible as possible. If it's in his house and you move your equipment, you go record. From there, if it's Yvonne Nelson you have to meet, you go and record Yvonne Nelson. Maybe in a day or two, you could keep them, you could zone them. If they say no, they can't come to where you are, don't worry, I'm coming to where you are. No, but if they would have to be bussed or allowed to come and gather at one place to record, you definitely are going to face some of these things. Now you look at the people you're dealing with and their timing to decide whether or not going that lane will be the best. You have a studio at Jowulu, MI promo, inside. You have up until 2 p.m. Are you sure they could all make it there? How many days are you going to have it for the 2 p.m.? But you can tell that if Sack says I should come home at 6, you will be sure to be there at 6. This one has a bit less of a thing to do with the father figure in here. Yes, he's my father. I give him the reverence. For me to accept to do it alone shows that I'm ready and willing to be a part of whatever he is doing. That doesn't mean that you should disadvantage me when you can actually make it flexible for me to do it. Let's look at that side too. Don't say in the name of fatherhood.
Sarkodie was at the launch.
Yes.
We were out there when Sarkodie came.
Sark was there. And because of fatherhood, Konami na Ankoye I say, hey, me bana mbumi. No, he has agreed to do it. So make things feasible for him. You should know the kind of schedule these people run. They are busy. They are busy. Look, the names you mentioned, Ochami Kwame, Sarkodie, Yvonne Nelson, even Grandpapa. Very busy folks. So make it easy for them to be able to come and do it for you. You need it at this point in time. Even though they want to express that love for you, you need the substance, you need the product more than they do. That one, you have to accept it. You need it more than they do. And when I also hear every effort to be able to get it, no matter how you are supposed to do it. He said he was at IS. You agree that you're sending your folks to his place. You call and alert them that look, so you could blame a bit of, you could put a bit of blame on SAC and his people for not calling when the story broke out to find out and say, oh, but we agreed on this and you didn't show up. So how come you are saying this?
Omache.
Yes, but then once we are production wise, you're supposed to call and alert your guest. Because in this case, SAC is a guest. You call him that, look, we are unable to make it. Would tomorrow be okay for you? Or would this day be okay for you? Because of ABC, we can't make it, even though Abrafo said we should come to your house. So that you also be aware that but you don't leave him hanging, and then the next thing he hears is that the documentary is done and they couldn't make it. That is a bit improper. You alert them that untimemba. Much as you would expect him to call you to know, say, oh, I gave you 2, but me were IS. You too, if there's any change in plans, you let him know. That's how production works. Communication is key. It's very, very key. It could destroy it from the top to down.
Yeah.
If you miss one level of communication within the chain of communication that you need to work with, it could destroy a lot of things.
That's true.
Because he's working with time, you're working with time. If you can't make it at 2, you let him know. We can make it at 3. If he can't be there at 3, we let you know 3 won't be okay for me. Come at 4. So you juggle it. Then eventually you get the substance. But once emotions set in and one is feeling like you are supposed to do it for me no matter what, and you are not giving me the attention I need, production in boomy. That one, let's leave it aside until the production is done. That is the core thing here. How do we get the production done? If you need to beg, you beg. If you need to, convince the person, you convince the person. If you need to say, look, I don't want to stress you. Be at home. I am coming there. You do it. You do it. But deciding to pile all of them together in one studio, perhaps with different times, I think a Nobema production headache kakra. A Nobema production headache kakra. And it's okay. Angel Town came out to speak. Issues like this, I mean, they are fond of not speaking to issues. But this one, it will paint a very bad picture for somebody.
That is true.
It is good he came out to speak to clear the cobweb so people get to understand exactly what happened. If they keep quiet on this, it will go a long way to affect him. Then the loyalty, the love you always preach for the old man, well, he's not too old though. The love you always preach for Obrafo, can't you express it in allowing 5 minutes of your time to be filmed? What happened? All these questions will come up and it won't augur well for him. Let's just say, talk, and not real. You see? So it's okay. Angel came out to speak to dispel all the things that people. Yes, it's very, very important to clear some of these things because dicey. And it's also very, 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 very important that you clear it. Yes, Anna. People start seeing him with some ID. Because Obrafo is his idol.
Do you admit that they've kept long not getting back to him?
Yes.
I think they have. Once the story broke out, you should oh boy.
Or maybe them to them ball, them vex.
Oh, anything is possible. Because if no, I mean, I'm not.
I don't think so. No.
Listen.
No, Kobiche. You see, I am never against Sarkodie in this particular issue.
No.
But the moment they heard Obrafo has complained,
they should have called him.
It should have been
swift.
The next thing should have been a call.
Because you see, the last conversation was between Angel and Obrafo.
That's why he also says if your emotions are bim. But if the last conversation was between you and him, and he still went ahead to say that, you might want to find out why he's saying that. And then that's when you will call him quickly to say, oh, Matisa, what can say this? But say no. Then he will also clarify his side of it. But Uchaiman Nisiwasana is like, okay, said we agree and we decide to do it. So do what you want to do.
No. For that,
no, you can vouch for them. But I'm also saying anything is possible. What you are saying.
We are not there with you.
But everything is everything.
Yes.
Everything is everything. You know, so quickly, if there's still a way they could record. Angel has, expressed readiness. Camera, no, anyway, and yes, carry way.
Let
the guy sit in his studio and record it. It's beautiful when people sit in their spaces for documentaries. It's the best
where they are comfortable.
Listen, it should look on stage as possible. In his studio, in his car, somewhere at an event. Get them there, and so you have variety in the shots. Not everybody sitting on the same chair in the same studio speaking to the same thing. No matter how different their content will be, there's still that stiffness in it. Let the thing be flexible.
Let it flow.
Yes, let it flow from different angles. Obiti studio, obiti stage, obiti ha, and then
gym. Yes. And
then he will tell you what he feels. That's the simplest and the most beautiful way to go about it. Production must say there. Production must say there.
What person will be asking to better studio?
There be Mofa camera no kosa. Why ready?
No, playing Sele Fanyo, Kobe Che, Lady Rev, and Jibril from ghkasa.com. You've heard them. Now let me read some one or two commentaries on Twitter. Now Lapi Gino Laji says, boss, he is not discriminating. He wouldn't have called Angel if he's doing what you are saying. Boss, listen well. At a point, he was even fighting for Sarkodie. Thanks. Okay, I'm sure it is in response to something. Now DJ Posse says, Sammy, if you interview a Bravo all right now and ask him who is his current rapper here in Africa, he will mention Sarkodie first. The love is still there. Bravo, God bless you. And Namuan's girl says, Master, don't be judgmental, don't find fault when there is no issue. Sammy Flex is for all artists. Now Stephen K. Nakuja says, Sam, imagine me stress you, Bra Sammy, for a documentary on Flex newspaper one day. How will you feel knowing I am one of your loyalists, and if not your best? I feel a Bravo's pain. Charlie Kabute didn't try la. Let him apologize to Grandpa. Now Prince Larry says, what that lady is saying, they really bore. Sarkodie should sit on bench and shoot documentary. Do you think Sark Nation, we don't care about branding? Branding. Sarkodie is not like Mr. Lidu. Sarkodie's branding is solidified. Play me country vibe in general. Okay, now Percy J says, Sammy, Lady Rev, what if my son is busy? Go to him. Okay, now I am Just Cow says, it's funny how people talks anyhow without respect, don't mind him. All they know is to pour their hatred and hypocrisy out. Now Stephen Owusu says, or Steve Owusu rather, he says, kindly tell Lady Rev that at a point in time, baby Jesus told his parents they shouldn't look for him because he has to be at his father's house ministry. Sark has his own brand he is nurturing. If you have the opportunity to make something work, do it. Okay. It's more than a brand is wrong. I see. Now Chris Efokoku says, Lady Rev is just being overly emotional on the Sark issue. From what Angel said, it is clear the production crew were just not ready to compromise when it came to Sark's timing and location. Simple says, well, you know, the artists that were absent don't want to be in the presence of some artists that were invited. But then Sark's management should have contacted a Bravo after they failed to show up. Lapigino Lai says, Lady Rev has a point though, but at least they could also go to Sarkodie's studio for the shoot. We always make people look bad too much. At the end, father. So make her no work. Moreover, he never said he won't do it. And DJ Jack rather is saying that why is Lady Rev talking as if Bravo is 60? The older they become, the more they become kids. Such disrespect to a legend. Yasemo. Jay Police says, I don't know what some people's problem on the issue is on Twitter. This one says, Sammy, Brasam, I would like to ask a question. Is Sarkodie still best friends with R2Bs? Because it baffles me lately because they've not been seen together since the Baylor track. Now, Black Love Ajinkwa says, do you know the arrangement Sark had and discussions they had with their Bravo team? Why should Sark leave IES to a documentary? Hard work brought Sark to his level. This lady, okay. And Steve comes again and he says, sincerely speaking, respect is given and taken. Our Bravo team could have respected his brand as Sarkodie. At least give him the benefit of the doubt to send your crew to his place, and we won't be having this conversation now. That is also true. Now, Percy says the Lady Rev is talking as if they didn't try to go shoot. They were on it until the people called back to stop them. I see. Now, Stephen Kenakuja says, you know why Bravo refused going to Sark's house to shoot a documentary? Bravo feels if he should have any difficulties with any artist, it shouldn't be Sark. That's Bravo's pain. I understand him. Trust me, Sark has been ungrateful on this one. And Lapigino Lai says, why should you criticize Sarkodie for no reason? You were able to get this far to record others, but couldn't go to Lashibi, which is within Accra, to record Sark. Hey, Ghana, say ya. Now, Timbuktu by road, TJ says, hope he had a successful documentary, right? If yes, he shouldn't worry himself about the two artists not being able to show up. Who knows? Maybe they had a busy schedule. That's why. And Flame B says, Black Love album was never released yet. So Okay, it looks as if some people have started a war that we are not even aware about this whole discussion on Twitter. To read it, I could have been on TSC. Yeah, because Sonia go read it. Now, Kofidia works with the graphic showbiz and he says, I was there. Obrafour said the documentary was to be shot for 4 days, but it took 3 months and they still never showed up. I was there and he was disappointed. That's what Kofidia is telling us. That the studio, Obrafour said the documentary was to be shot for 4 days, but it took 3 months and they still never showed up.
It took 3 months, and who? Sack and Co never showed up.
Yes, those who were not in the documentary.
What was the call like? What was the arrangement?
3 months. Go to the studio.
3 months. Na say on my studio. I got one.
Dabi na got 3 months go to the studio. So
omra.
Ah.
Oh, Charlie.
Sticker. Sticker. Shatawale has a song called "Is It Shame on You?" Something like that. Play it and let's go for a quick break. When we come back, King Jerry is one guy I have been admiring over the years. He sings and he sings well. In fact, he has so many songs with Bukum Banku. Bukum Banku is now coming back home with maybe a title, and King Jerry is also here. Let's do this one. After that, we'll talk to King Jerry. This is